With the Los Angeles Lakers NBA championship victory last night, LeBron James has moved into a league all his own. And it doesn't look like he's done yet. Just a few months shy of his 36th birthday. Amna Nawaz is back with a look at his career on and off the court.
Judy, after leading the Los Angeles Lakers to the title last night, LeBron James did something no other NBA great has done. He's now won 4 NBA titles with 3 different franchises. That's Miami, Cleveland, and now LA. And he did it in his 17th year in the league, averaging nearly 30 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists a game. More now on LeBron's impact both on and off the court from a former teammate and a Hall of Famer himself, Ray Allen. Ray Allen, welcome back to the NewsHour, and thanks for being with us. You are, in many ways, uniquely positioned to settle a long-standing debate. When it comes to who is the greatest of all time, LeBron James or Michael Jordan, you've played against Jordan, you've played both with and against LeBron. After this series, is it over? Can you settle the debate for us?
I just truly don't believe that it's a debate. And I always say, if you understand sports, it's hard to really understand from generation to generation how those players would stack up. The rules certainly have changed over the years. And so now you look at a league that's more conducive to scoring points. When MJ played, it was a lot more physical. So me growing up, MJ greatly influenced and impacted my career. And having played against both of them, they certainly both gave me fits.
One of the big differences people often point to between Jordan and LeBron is how they conducted themselves and still do off the court. I mean, it's fair to say that Jordan really stuck to sports. He even said, I don't see myself as an activist. I see myself as a basketball player. LeBron, in many ways, couldn't be more different. Why do you think that is? Is that a function of who they are or the times that they've changed?
I believe that everybody should have a voice to speak out. Everybody has a voice, but I think everybody should speak out because everybody is a U.S. citizen in this country that has the ability to speak against something that they don't necessarily agree with. And as athletes, we have such a platform. And it's one thing to say, hey, I wear these tennis shoes, you should try them out, or hey, drink this drink. That has been the cornerstone ideology of who athletes have been to endorse products because you're great on the court. But in the same token, it goes hand in hand with, anything that's civic minded. He sees, where he came from. He understands the underprivileged in society because as NBA players, we visit inner city schools. We do programs for kids come into the practice facility. There's so many different activities where you're next to people who are looking at you and respect you, and they don't have nearly half of what you have. And so you always try to speak out for those less fortunate than you. And I think he's done an excellent job, and he continues to do it. And I'm extremely proud of him. And I hope he only sets an example for the young people to see him as to when they get into this position, that they use their voices and they stay civic minded as well, regardless of how big they become or how much money they make.
Ray, I have to ask you, you know what it feels like to win a title. You know what it looks like. And last night looked and felt a little different, right? This is a win in the middle of a pandemic inside this hermetically sealed NBA bubble. It's a win during a year of this national movement for Black Lives Matter. And it was a win for the Lakers without Kobe. How do you think all of those things came together in that moment last night?
Well, you wouldn't know that there was a pandemic if you've seen the events taking place outside the Staples Center. They were out there cheering and they were celebrating. I think I hope people are being safe, but in the same token, with everything that people have gone through, for LA to be able to celebrate again, it's just something that people needed. And so my hats go off to every team that participated and that was able to do this safely. And it certainly was different watching the celebration. But I'm sure, in some pockets of the world, people, fans, your nation, they're celebrating and having a great time. And, it's a banner that you raise in your rafters one more time for the LA Lakers.
That is Ray Allen, NBA Hall of Famer and one of the greatest three-point shooters of all time, joining us tonight. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Amna.